Hello and welcome to Baltic Disc Golf Championship Alutaguse Open presented by Innova Champion Discs. We have our FPO division lead card third round here at the amazing Alutaguse Disc Golf Course, Alutaguse Disc Golf Course. With me, I am Jussi here, and with me I have my co-commentator
Markus Dvinjaninov. This is my name, and welcome Jussi. Great to be here and great to be back in Alutaguse, big course. So, who we have here?
Anneli Tõugjas-Männiste representing Team Innova with a current score of -3 coming to the third and final round. Keiti Tätte following with a score of -1, and she is still representing latitude 64.
Yes, and then we have a few other Estonians, Kielas repping latitude 64 Baltic and +3, so quite a stretch between the first two ones, but we have holes to go. And then we have Kaire Tekku, Team Open Bag, aka Clash Discs, also on +3, sitting there and waiting to attack and take her stance here on the last round. So first hole, 108 meters. It's quite a stretch for the girls, I would say, but I think for maybe Keiti and some others, it might be doable. Depends really on the conditions, actually.
Yeah, we did have a lot of windy conditions actually, and those managed to ruin a lot of drives. But 108 meters par 3. And we do have the red carpet as well for the last day, as always is the case at Alutaguse Disc Golf Course.
Please welcome to the tee with a score -3, Anneli Tõugjas-Männiste.
Current leader,
yeah, Anneli playing really well for the last years, and also this year recently had a pretty decent rating update as well. So closing up to 950 with her rating right now. So let's see.
Solid opening drive. We do have a little bit of wind, but it doesn't affect too much, and it stays in bounds.
Yeah.
Score -1. Please welcome to the tee, Keiti Tätte.
Keiti Tätte, maybe being the so-called biggest hand on the card here, as Alutaguse of course really favors the long distance throwers. Then great to see if this gives some advantage here. But we see the wind picking up pretty rapidly here. The flags on the right side really ripping. Let's see how this plays out.
You see the flag on the top of the basket as well is quite active. Yeah, that would be a good word for that. Off to the right side, going safely, not to get it to the OB.
Score +3 to the par. Please welcome to the tee, Kielas.
So let's see what does Kielas bring on here. I think her kind of signature move is standstill shot. Haven't seen her throwing too much, but yeah, going standstill, so that's still.
Takes it slightly over, holds it, and I do like the fact that she's throwing standstill. Sorry.
And falls to the tee.
It is in a way it's a smart move to make
Please
sure
welcome Kaire Tekku.
Play par. You're safe. You
Yeah.
get the basket. It's fine. You don't have to over-aggress. You might get birdies here and there. You might be lucky with some throws and get some more birdies, but it's a steady, solid move in that case.
Absolutely, you minimize the risks of doing anything that you wouldn't be wanting to do.
Yeah, exactly. Kaire here is going also directly straight on the fairway and not too far from the basket. Keiti, though, is slightly further than everyone else, I feel. And you see the wind is picking up even more here.
Yeah. The camera work doesn't do any justice, but we can see the wind is really coming together here, and the approach shots uphill, bringing the nose up. This is really dangerous with the wind also. So.
Yeah, trust me, it was when you were there, it was way worse. I was standing on the first tee pad. I had my laptop on my table. At some points, the wind was so bad that it actually moved the laptop, and that is not a like 2 gram laptop or something.
Yeah. But two really good approaches from Maria and Kaire here. So Anneli is left with a should be easy approach as well. Maybe even a bit of a run.
Ooh.
Yeah, not bad in these conditions.
Yeah.
And even like this 4 or 5 meter putt with the wind and starting with the first hole, it might be quite a tester on
Gets on your nerves, doesn't it? Yeah.
But everybody's still cashing the pars here, and yeah, first hole done. No damage, no fall.
No OBs, par rounds for everyone in these horrible conditions. But trust me, it will get worse. It will just get worse down the line, especially on hole 3 of the par 5. But right now, 80-90 meters, hole 2, par 3. We have a straight into the corner. We have downhill slope to the basket. It is a depends on how you like to play. Personally, I go sidearm to have it fallen down the hole or down the slope, and then an easy approach to the basket. Or if you get lucky, you get a birdie option.
And I think Anneli is going with mid-range or a putter here, trying to flex it over and let it just glide, but goes too long, finds the...
Oh, actually, it's not that bad, to be honest.
Came out onto the fairway, so should be okay. Easy approach from there, 30 meters, maybe 35, 40.
Something like that,
And Keiti also choosing a slower disc here, just trying to get it gliding on the right side. And
too high?
Too high, and not enough turn on there.
But safely as well, the same spot. It just died.
Let's call it placement.
Yeah, the disc just died at the right spot in that case. It didn't go too far. But yeah, you got to be smart with these kind of winds. You don't have to. You shouldn't play with a light disc, obviously, and you got to make sure that you get the turns, get the distance, get everything you possibly can take from these conditions.
Got it over, but was it a bit too early? Didn't quite get it.
It seems to be red flagged an OB. Oh.
Let's see where she ended up at the end, but seems like Kaire is the only forehand girl here. Definitely with the wind and the specific conditions, a bit easier should be with forehand.
Did cut the top on the branch there, but didn't affect too much, and close to the same as Keiti and Anneli.
Yeah, also on the fairway. And when I look back at the first hole, then actually there weren't any birdies taken on this round from the girls. So
from anyone?
No, from anyone. So only pars. So all the players got through without any issues.
That's good. No OBs needed.
Yeah,
that's great. Because it is an easy hole to get an OB. If you get a punch from the wind, you go left, and then it's done.
And Maria playing from the upside, so she went OB on the upper side, not on the. I thought she came over the hilltop and faded.
Got stuck in the trees, didn't come over as she wanted to come over.
She will have some work still to do.
Decent approach from Keiti here, not too far, not too close. It's comfortable. Not the best from Kaire.
Yeah, leaving it outside the circle, 11-12 meters, and as you can see from the emotions, you're not expecting such a approach shot from these ladies here, as it's a quite easy open downhill shot, nothing too much to think about there actually. But sometimes the easiest shots are the hardest ones.
That's true.
And then you're also leaving it way too short, I would say. Yep. I would say easy bogey, unfortunately. But yeah, let's see if Kaire again.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, putting long distance with the winds like that, it's you also don't want to float it too long and have a comeback.
Yeah, especially if you do it on the outside the circle.
So everybody's struggling here with the second. Whoa!
Once Keiti gets on the course, it's gonna be way worse, it seems. Yeah, now the wind is massively
this is the
picking
5
up.
meter, really not comfortable, but you have to get.
Yeah.
This flag is straight as a wall.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice backwind actually as well for her, so it probably helped slightly, but the fact that she was standing in front of the wind probably made it more comfortable for her.
Yeah. Let's see if anybody else can tap in these, because it's doesn't seem a gimmick at this point. And double bogey for Maria, bringing her to +2 on the round here, so +5 total. So no birdies. Bogey for Anneli. Keiti got the only par, and Kaire also took the bogey. So
on to hole 3.
On to hole 3, which is made for the long distance throwers, 288 meters and sloping from here to there, and then once again turning left and coming back, and it's a never-ending hole. So
there's OBs here and there's OBs there.
Everywhere,
and there's OBs everywhere.
Seems like wind is also coming from up, from left, from right. So girls have quite a thing to do here too.
That was actually the feedback I got for the last 2 days, was that the wind is so unpredictable, because if you're on tee pad you have wind against you, then on the middle of the fairway you have wind coming behind you and from the side, and then on the basket you have coming wind basically from the third direction, or like bottom up to bottom.
And we see Keiti taking her time to wait for the perfect wind gust. Coming from wherever it's coming, so I think it. Nothing easy here, folks. I mean, we can just sit here and relax and say that, oh, it's windy, but they're the ones that need to deal with it.
Yeah, that's true. But that's disc golf. I mean, it doesn't matter the weather, you just gotta play it.
Yeah, I mean, everybody are in the same conditions, so you just have to find your best decision and try to, at this point it seems like, just get through the course with minimal mistakes, and just go with the safest possible options, basically.
Yeah, actually pretty good throw here from Kaire, to be honest. Based on previous 2 ones, especially Keiti's one, I mean, the best option.
When looking at this opening shot here, forehand seems a bit easier choice, because you want to fade to the right side, and Maria shows it's also doable with backhand.
Beautiful glide.
Absolutely. And still many throws to go to get to the basket here. But
because the basket is like, it's
we'll get there.
Yeah, one day we'll get there.
Let's see. Anneli turning it over, forcing it over, and letting it flex back.
It's in nicely.
Should give her a pretty decent spot for the third shot to kind of cut the corner and get to the safe side. Keiti can put up here.
Straight.
Nice flat one, getting the distance, and also finding herself next to Anneli there. And also we have the slope on the left side, which kind of blocks the wind maybe from that direction. So the wind really plays from different angles here.
Yeah, you can see how it affects the disc all the time as well.
Let's see if Maria does any throws from steps, or will she make the whole round from a standstill? Another statistics to look at.
100% standstill shots.
Yeah, always maxed out.
So there are a couple of trees here in the corner of this little turn. It's like, is it more like a dog leg-ish or something?
Yeah.
And there are garden trees in front of the basket as well. You do have a gap on the left side where you can approach.
I remember when these trees in front of Maria here and the trees in front of the basket were like maybe a meter or meter and a half high, and
baby trees.
They are getting into the forest shape as of now, so it gets even tougher year by year.
So if we have Alutaguse open at 2030, it's going to be a massive block in front of the basket. and on the middle of the fairway.
A decent third shots from the girls here, so everybody should have a. Not everybody actually. Keiti went OB with the first one, so she's dealing with a bit tougher situation here. But everybody else should have an option to try out par. Clears those trees nicely. Gets a pretty good rip behind the disc, and in the fairway, in the center.
No skipping, just into the ground, bounce, done, stop.
I think the grass there was high enough to not give any skips.
Yeah, well you can see the left side area where you can actually go past those trees, but you do need to be careful because the basket is fairly close to OBs. They're just behind the basket there are OB lines.
Like 10 meters or something?
Something like that. Actually, I think like 11.
Even more. Okay. I think the upper side maybe is even closer.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, you can't go too heavy. Oh, seemed like really good one, like in the circle already. But I mean, yeah, when it's headwind, then it really kills the distance as well. So you need to push some extra. This one seems. Yeah.
Good.
Good.
Thankfully, if you're not onto the basket there, the wind doesn't affect that much because it is guarded with the trees from every basically angle.
Should be a bit calmer, yes, but
to putt at least, unlike the second hole.
Yeah.
And a comfortable approach here from Keiti as well.
Yeah, just wind pushing it down.
And the uphill factor.
You need to put so much extra into it. And nice putt and par for Kaire here. I mean, you have only played the third hole. It feels like you played on a regular course like 5 or 6 holes on the same amount of throws and effort basically. So
yes,
that Alutaguse really tests you with the distances.
It does, it really does, and doing a round at Alutaguse course, you gotta plan a day for that, just in case.
Yeah.
Right, so a bogey for Keiti, par for Kaire, and Anneli and Maria gets a bogey as well.
It's so easy to get started, and when you get the bug, you just keep going, and it's so much fun.
Disc golf is a great game to get out, increase your activity level, enjoy the outdoors, and have a great time.
It's a really easy sport to get into, so just grab a disc and come out and play.
No matter your age or skill, there's a place for you out on the disc golf course.
So come on out and throw your best.
Hole 4, 100 meters of par 3. You have a bit of a visual turn here off the tee. Garden tree on the right side and edge blocking you off on the left side. So you need to have a nice flex or actually a really good straight line. But to get this in these conditions is tricky, and trust me, even in no conditions at all, it's still uncomfortable.
Yeah, this also has kind of grown really tight and hard to approach. I mean, years ago it was much wider, but right now it seems like a really narrow gap you have to hit, and distance also with the wind, it's tricky. And I mean, you can also get close to the basket with your first shot, but rollerways are happening on this hole all the time, so you can't be too sure. Never. Keiti tried to.
Oh, double
really,
kiss. Thankfully, at least. It would have been a good line.
If
it would have passed the first push.
I think so as well. Oh, this seems nice.
This is quite the perfect one you want to get from here.
Yeah.
The roll was good.
I mean, he's the best of the bunch, so she's the best of the bunch. Sorry, but yeah. I mean, when looking back, these 3 holes the girls have already played. Then on the first hole, for all the 3 rounds, women combined took only 1 birdie. On the second hole, only 3 birdies. On third hole, which we just played, there. Whoa! Sorry, what just happened? Anneli just hit the cage from way behind.
You blink once and you miss it.
Yes. So, but yes, the third hole didn't bring any birdies in 3 rounds. So let's see when our group gets the first birdie overall here.
The approach from Keiti here as well is.
Yeah, really good one.
And let's see what Kaire does. Come
on.
Get in. Oh,
Great line.
uncomfortable. Actually, good roll.
Yeah, okay roll.
Yeah, it helps, I think, a little bit.
And Maria having a long loop here. I mean, these long loops also could turn into something. Okay, that's not the one you wanted, but yeah, still some room to work here. That's the thing with disc golf on. Oh.
Stop.
That's also the thing with disc golf.
That's what happens if you play on a course where the basket is on an edge of the hill. The risk of having rollerways.
Always there.
Yeah. I think it was last year, I can't remember what course, but there was a controversial hole that created a lot of rollerways.
I mean, these tend to come in play on different courses, and yeah, it's hated by people and loved by people. So it brings the drama, but yeah, kills the players sometimes. But I mean, you can always do a great putt and just sink it.
True.
Yeah. So in the end, it's.
But that's the beauty of the game. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, absolutely.
So bogeys for 2 of us, 2 of them, and pars for 2 of them, and we're going on to hole number 5. It is a par 4 as well. It's 270 meters. You got a tree gap going onto the open field fairway. There's an OB on the left side and slightly further on the right side as well. The perfect spot would be somewhere over here right now. And when you get to the basket, which is slightly up the hill as well, still you do have a lot of guardian trees blocking the basket, so you need to have a good first drive and second approach drive, and you need to get a little bit of luck.
Yeah, I think the last section, the last 15 meters is where maybe the luck kind of comes into play. Before that, I think it's mostly in the hands of the player, but let's see if Anneli can get into a good position here.
Good drive off the tee, doesn't go too.
Yeah, well, that's the trick. When you go too left there, you might cut into the OB. So it's a tricky one. You maybe just sometimes want to play straight from the tee pad and be on the open field there, because yeah, I think in distance-wise with these conditions, it's pretty hard to reach in terms of a birdie for the women here as well. So to get there, you need to have like 100 plus approach or
something like
yeah.
80 here, but that goes too much to the right.
But that's that's safe. I mean, from there, hard.
It's better than being OB.
Absolutely. But I mean, yeah, it's easier said than done. Kaire, now will this stay safe or is it too high?
That's it.
Yeah.
Stays
Also,
safe,
kind
yes.
of a.
That's probably the exact throw Anneli wanted to try as well. I think there was like from the camera angle, what we saw on Anneli's disc, you could have argued that maybe it's slightly still inbounds, but graphics showed us different.
Yeah, we'll see where they or how they play it. And Maria also on the fairway here, just trying to go safe on the first one.
Yeah, and you can see once you get to the open fairway, the wind affects so much more. long drive easily, so bad.
Pushed it down also quite heavily, so
Yeah.
still some meters to go for Maria there. Let's see if Keiti can get it a bit closer. You don't want to throw it too high, too low.
Too much will be.
Yeah, I mean Keiti is pretty good in the let's say low laser line shots, so finds a pretty decent spot. I think still some trees on the way, but shouldn't affect too much. I assume. So Kaire here going from the left side. Can he pass the trees? Yeah, it goes too long. Where there once used to be, oh my god, basket. That's OB already. So too long for Kaire. Yeah, you need the distance, but you need to be precise as well. So you can't just go out there and shoot the bombs on the way, so to say. And also the wind isn't making it easier. And Anneli choosing the higher route there.
Gets past the first trees.
Yeah.
And that's a good spot actually.
Should want this one, yes. Should be easy 30 meter or something like that approach. Maria also has quite a clean look actually to the basket. Straight shot, just the wind makes it harder and the slope also. Oh, and goes long on the right side, rolls down a bit, but should be safe. So and pretty tricky place for.
Yeah, you might have an option from the right side slightly to get to the basket because the direct line is blocked up. You know, exactly this gap here, which works perfectly.
Nice one. Let's see if Keiti can make it happen, and should be par for Keiti as well.
Should be comfortable tap in.
Yeah.
Should be quite the same for Anneli here. Maybe slightly further back, but shouldn't be a problem for her, obviously.
Oh, what a scramble spot for Maria, and going with forehand, really interesting. Yeah, but good.
Gets it under the basket.
Mm-hmm. Whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Upstay. Just over the lip of the basket, but what's in is in. So Anneli
But
takes.
sadly a bogey.
Yeah.
But still, good putt for her, and same for Kaire. Sadly a bogey as well, and also a bogey for Maria. And Keiti is the only one who comes out with a par.
Yeah. Many bogeys so far, no birdies. So let's see when we break the birdie ice. But we have here the 6th hole, 195 meters, par 4. Also, first shot, quite a precise distance shot would be needed here to not fade on the right side and not go to the left side where there's slope and trees. And then we have this opening here, really nice and clean ending for the basket. So you have few garden trees, but I think the trickiest part here is once again the wind, which let's see comes from the right side, pushes to the left, or it's really everywhere. I don't know.
Yeah, off the tee bed, ideally want to be next to the 5-kilometer sign there.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good shot from Keiti here.
Yeah.
Should be happy because the wind didn't affect it too much in terms of pushing it down or bringing it up, killing the distance. So might be one of the few tee pads where there isn't much wind, at least at the tee pad.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Should be good as well.
Seems to be safe. That's all that matters off the tee pad, as long as you get it in a good spot for the second throw and keeping it safe.
Now Kaire going a bit inside, but yeah, still on the fairway there. Should be okay spot. And Maria still going, standstill, no changes there. Yeah, shortest of the bunch, but on the fairway still.
It's like a trend that Alutaguse that all the holes are starting from a gap onto the open field and surrounded by guardian trees at the end of it. So you have all the conditions possible on every hole.
Yeah, and when I look at the statistics, then on the fifth hole, the girls just played, there was only one birdie taken. So, or actually, let me be clear: no birdies taken. So this meant also without any birdies, only bogeys and pars for the whole 3 rounds. So Alutaguse, of course, really doesn't give you anything.
Yeah, and you can see the guardian trees come into play here for both Kaire and Anneli, getting a kick from the early trees. And the second throw here for Keiti now. She did get a good first drive.
Oh, seems nice line.
Yeah, that is.
Come on, get left.
Perfect. Hold it.
Oba! That's a decent, not a decent one, that's a really good one.
That's money.
Yeah.
That's the icing on the cake, that's the cherry on top.
Mm-hmm.
Shades on, get prepared, and get it in the basket. Nice hyzer line, and again the trees. But I think it actually helped a little bit. Might have been the ground on the basket is quite steady, so there's a chance of a uncomfortable skip. So in this situation, I think the tree hit actually helped a little bit.
I also found the spot under the basket should be easy tap in for her, and so does Maria. But everybody else are putting for par. Only Keiti has the option for birdie here. Let's see. Yep. Good one for Anneli. Really walks to the basket. Not too happy with it. Let's see if Maria can. Yep. Also put it in for a par.
Insects affecting the putts here, but that's just part of the nature here. A par as well for Kaire and Keiti getting prepared to take her birdie.
And also stroke from the other players.
And
really fierce one, but finds the change, and Keiti takes the birdie. And yeah, when we look at this whole statistics, 2 other birdies were only taken for the 3 rounds. So great birdie for Keiti here.
105 meters, par 3, hole number 7. It's sort of a tunnel. You have trees left side, right side, OB at the back of the basket and on the right side as well. So there's a chance of OBs if you go too much right and get an uncomfortable kick. And you do need to scramble if you get on the left and get an uncomfortable kick. So all you need to do is get a perfect shot.
Yeah, just under the basket and
Sounds
tap
easy.
in birdie.
Yeah.
Come on, Keiti. Good line.
Stick it.
Yeah, just a bit low. Maybe the wind also pushed it a bit down, but decent shot overall, I'd say. On the fairway, easy upshot, if not even a long try. And Anneli, really good line as well. This can flex back. Yeah, I think it's might be inside circle even, or just barely outside, but a good one.
I wish I would get a drive that goes that far without so much effort, because you see how she shot. It was like just comfortably, and the drive just gets so far. And every time I try that, I end up in trees. So
that's why we are here.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Not the best of throws for Kaire, but I think it doesn't matter. Par is still in play, and that's the key of the game. Par is good.
In these conditions and in Madagos right now, I think par is good for ladies here. Maria also okay shot, nothing too bad there. So should be easy upshot for Kaire. Yeah, 5-4 meters. I mean maybe a trick on this hole here is you might get a good drive as Anneli did, but but you also have to contend with the higher basket. And when it's windy, you know, putting upwards, if you miss the basket, it might get quite nasty quite fast.
Yeah. I think at Katie's mind, she's like, every time I get on my drive, I get the wind.
Yeah, and Anneli's perfect wind.
Yeah.
Okay, she doesn't like it too much. Yeah, I mean it's a uphill putt, so to say, and although she has the tailwind, so to say, so it pushes the disc down, but
Goes for a smart play and just goes under the basket. But yeah, drops it in the basket, so does Kaire for pars for both of them. Keiti taps it in with her signature putting style.
Yeah.
Par as well for her, and same goes for Anneli.
So 7 holes played, and we have Anneli and Keiti -1, so sharing the lead, and Maria and Kaire falling a bit behind with +8, which brings us to the 8th hole, which is 228 meters as well, and par 4. So we start up with let's say open shot that should fade on the right side, and then we have plenty of room, plenty of wind most likely, and also the distance. So we don't have any guardian trees here, so
only the back of the basket.
Something is broken here, but
but still we do have a OB on the right side next to the basket that did come into play on the MPOs, at least I know, multiple times. So you do need to be careful on the approach shot, because the possibility of getting OB is still there.
But I would say overall this fairway is quite large.
Yes.
Wouldn't you say?
Yes.
So
compared to some others, definitely. And compared to the 7th one, this is an open field real estate.
So if you haven't been to Madagos before, and if you have a big hand you can throw far, then it's definitely a course you would appreciate when it's maybe a bit not so windy, so you can really throw some bombs out there if you have the hand.
And if you have never been there, take a drive, go enjoy the course. It is an amazing course to go and play, and there's multiple layouts, so make a day.
And Anneli giving it a really good shot, really turning over the backhand and getting the carry, so really nice.
Sidearm forehand.
Yeah.
However.
Whatever, you know it, guys.
Yeah. For Kaire here, that's a good spot actually.
Yeah.
A good spot to be at. At least you get over the first corner behind the big tree there. And still standstill, I think.
Oh, really good.
I think she hasn't done the run still.
No steps so far.
No
Only
steps.
walking steps.
Oh.
She stays true. And can this stay? Okay.
Does stay true.
For once it kind of felt like it's really pushing it down, but yeah, still some meters to go from that position. Let's see where Keiti can push herself. Slipped a bit from her hand, I think, but
maybe, but that's actually fine, because
okay.
it is better to probably go from there to the basket, because the bushes OB on the right side might not affect that much, because if you're on the right side, you need to play wider from the left to get it close to the basket and not get affected by the OB. Straight line throw from Kaire here, and I think it's not the best that she wanted, but
And
sometimes you gotta deal with what you get.
Seems like actually for ladies this hole plays as par 5. So on the graphics we have here par 4, but should be par 5 if my statistics is not wrong. So let's see what the scores would say on the screen once they end this hole. And Kaire taking her time, really measuring the distance here. What to do with what disc. And that's
what I was talking about. You go slightly too high or get a gust of wind from the left, and
that was just a bad mistake. Yeah, I mean,
that's the kind of moment when I go like, what the hell? I didn't even throw there.
Yeah. Most likely Kaire was thinking quite the same, like, what is that?
Yeah.
You know that the wind was why do you do that? But yeah, let's see. Here still stand still. Approach like 40, 45, 50-ish, I guess, meters. Taking her time to, should be okay. 6-5 meters. I mean, with this wind we see on the flag, you want to be actually under the basket, but still okay there. Choosing to go with forehand. Yep. Good as well.
Gets it close enough to comfortably tap it in, and we see Kaire taking her meter from the OB line. The uncomfortable approach that made it go OB, but puts it under the basket for a comfortable tap in. Unfortunate though, but it is how the game is sometimes, and that was close, to be honest, I think. A beautiful birdie. Yeah, indeed, it is a par 5. The graphics are slightly wrong, but a birdie for Maria, birdie for Anneli as well. Sadly, a bogey for Kaire, and a par for Keiti. I would have almost said that it would have been a close to start frame, and we can only blame the OB, but that's how it is sometimes. Par 4 for the 189-meter hole number 9. It is down the hill and straight back up to the hill. OB on the lamppost line here, and OB on the left side as well, but doesn't affect that much. You do have a chance to get in a rollaway down the hill after the basket, and there are OBs in front of the basket and slightly on the back as well. It is a uncomfortable hole. We did have a first day MPO guys. One guy managed to get multiple OBs sadly, but that's just the risk of the game sometimes.
Yeah, I mean the wind is also pushing from all the directions, so you have to throw downhill, you have to throw uphill, over the trees, and it's technical enough. So let's see how the girls solve this puzzle here. Maria, nice and low line here. Can it stay inside?
Yes, it does. It gets a comfortable roll at least at the end, and rolls it back inside definitely.
And with the last hole, Anneli has taken the leader position once again with -2 total, with Keiti following up -1. This seems really good.
And it turns onto the fairway, and yeah, it's a good one. It is currently the best shot, I think.
And that uphill is also, I'd say, a bit more than we see from the camera angle, or that we...
Definitely, yeah.
This one like slipped a bit from the hand. Yeah, stays outside, but I mean, yeah, lacking in distance. As we see, the basket is quite far there, and that might not be the easiest spot
Yeah.
to the third shot.
Because you still have the guardian trees as always.
Yeah.
Maria here is kind of play it nice and safe onto the fairway. Don't affect too much with the
Absolutely.
OB lines, and don't want to go to the trees on
Yeah.
the left. And
Seems wise also to not to go or be too kind of greedy here. 'Cause, yeah.
that's what I try to do every time I play a mat. So you just throw, and then you see an option that, okay, if I throw it hard enough and go there, and then at one moment your brain goes like, hey, don't play stupid, play smart, go for par.
Yeah, but then you still want to kind of do the cool stuff.
Yeah. I want to go in, but I did it.
Yeah. Anneli had a nice upshot. Still some work to do there, but Keiti here, unfortunate though. Yeah.
Caught by the trees.
And that might be a tricky spot to continue from. And we see that there's a pretty high wall in the face of Kaire, so... And also the wind is... Which higher you go, the bigger it gets, so...
Oof,
Yeah.
wow. Oh, whoa!
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I actually didn't expect that. I thought it was going to be a bit more to the left and down the slope, but...
Now let's see if Maria can keep her steady line and find herself under the basket here. Yep,
And she does. Good stuff.
steady you go. No nerves breaking there, nothing happened there, so all good. And forehand flex from Keiti, really just gliding over the hillside closely, but making it into the circle if she didn't get any roll away there, but hopefully not.
Hopefully not, and that's...
Oh! Yeah, playing with the nerves here.
Fire, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering if Kaire was trying it to run it, but or wasn't she? Because yeah, didn't take much time there to.
Yeah, I think she just decided that, hey, I'm gonna get it on. Ooh, okay.
That's the wind.
Yeah. Unfortunate bogey. Should have been a par at least, but that's the win for you. And they're both going to the same conditions right now.
Yeah.
So
Par is still the key.
par is still the key, and that is a key for Anneli and Maria here. Kaire will take her bogey, and that's the end of the first 9 for the FPO lead card. Join us for the back 9. Where we're going to see who is going to be the Baltic Disc Golf Championship for the FPOs and who is going to win this amazing title. That's it from us here, and we'll see you on the back 9.
See you there.